Welcome to Something's Brewing
with the
Hens. Sorry.
Jens. Ooh, the what? The
The
hens?
hens.
The hens. Are
because
we
I feel
hens?
peckish.
Ooh, that's going to be interesting for this episode.
It is. Let's bring up them notes.
Bring up those notes. Hi, everybody. So I feel like it's been a while because we missed an episode. I was out of town.
Jenn was abducted by aliens in Utah.
By choice.
Yes. And she went mountain climbing.
I went rock climbing and hiking and cave exploring in Utah. So that was my adventure, and Jenn had her own thing going on while I was gone.
What did I have?
I don't know. You said
Working.
something going
I
on.
was
Yeah, you were
working.
working on Sunday. So, but it's all good. We're here now. We're here now, and we're excited to be back. A little refresher, and I am so dry from being in Utah, and I broke out into some pimples because what happens is when you go out to the desert, it's so dry, your skin starts producing more oil to compensate, and then when you come back to this area, you break out.
And
so
I have been getting pimples on my shoulders because I've been getting face massages.
That's why you're getting them?
Because they like rub your face, so they'll rub your face and they'll rub here and then they rub your shoulders, and then I would come home and I'd be so sleepy I would fall asleep with the oil on, and then I get these huge pimply arms.
Ooh, By the way, today I'm having decaf Whole Foods French roast coffee with vanilla flavoring.
This is the Stompton cinnamon bun flavoring.
Cinnamon bun
really
flavor.
Good. It's really good. But it's making me sweat. It's making me really gross.
This is why this is iced.
So
keeps you cool.
Jenn, do you think that men and women can be friends without chaos?
Men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true. I have a number of men friends, and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You only think you do.
You're saying I'm having sex with these men without my knowledge?
No, what I'm saying is they all want to have sex with you.
They do not.
Do too.
They do not.
Do too.
How do you know?
Because no man can be friends with a woman that he finds attractive. He always wants to have sex with her.
So you're saying that a man can be friends with a woman he finds unattractive?
No, you pretty much want to nail him too.
Without chaos.
Can anyone? Chaos. No, there's chaos,
wait. Okay, friendship in general can be chaotic sometimes. So that is a loaded question because there's not a simple answer for that.
There's no simple answer.
There isn't. And there's a lot of factors that play in with this. For one thing, it depends on the man and the woman, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, in general, I'm generalizing right now first. My thoughts on this are women typically are a little more evolved than men. Not all women, okay, guys, don't lose it right now. And I think they can handle that a lot better. I feel like women are more multifaceted and they can handle different kinds of relationships. Men tend to think in terms a lot of time as this and that, black and white. So they have a harder time. They have a harder time being just friends with women. And I think that sometimes, like, if a man is giving a lot of attention to a woman, it's because he likes her. Whereas a woman can just love people. Just love people.
I think that's like a motherly instinct thing. I think there's a nurturing, you get it with all friends. You have a nurturing thing with your friends, people that you care about. And then for a man, it's kind of like they're being mothered a little, so they like it. But then weird emotions pop up. Sometimes, not all men.
Not all men. Not men who I do. Now,
not all men.
This is how I feel. I feel like the men that are genuinely really compassionate and empathetic and work on themselves tend to not have this issue as much. But I'm gonna say most men and women, most
Like
of
a
the
ratio.
time, no.
Give us a ratio, a percentage. What is
As
your
far as
what is your loosely based percentage of men? Like, would you say it's 50%, 90%,
that are like that?
98%?
That are like that? That are
Mhm.
more compassionate? Oh, it sounded like
We got a good one
I
there.
farted. It was the chair, guys.
It's just the
Woo,
chair. So if
it's
you
the
ever hear fart
chairs.
sounds, it's just the chair. I
I
was doing it all last
promise.
week or 2 weeks ago.
You did, but yeah, it's not. I promise. So what I want to say? Okay. So as far as men, oh geez, Jen, I think it's probably. I hate to say this. Again, I think men have to work on themselves in order to get to that place. I'm gonna say maybe only about 10% of the
I
men.
knew it. I knew it. You're going to be at a 90% chance, 90% stance of it.
10%.
I mean,
what do you think, Jen?
when I do a calculation in my head, I have friends that I'm friends with that are guys.
Yeah.
But maybe like 3 that I feel like you can have that friendship with without ultimately being a little weirded out by some mixed emotions or feelings, or I mean, it gets weirder if they're like married or have a girlfriend and they've been your longtime guy friend.
Yes.
Then there's a bit of drama that comes into play.
Yes.
And I think Jen's experienced this a lot more than I have, but I've experienced it too. And it never seems to you end up, that friend disappears, right? That guy friend will end up disappearing.
They disappear until that,
and they don't say much unless it's like trouble, unless they're in trouble with the
yes,
it's
unless
like
there's
rocky.
something going on with the relationship and it's falling apart,
Yep.
or if they break up, then you hear from that person again, like, hey,
yeah,
it's like, okay, why am I hearing from you now? But it's true. Like, I feel like, okay, so most of the time, most men that I've ever been friends with, I mean, and I'm saying 90% of the men I've been friends with,
for sure, with you,
always,
just from the stories she's told me, for sure this is the case.
Always want to be more.
And they'll be like okay with it at first with Jen. They'll be like,
no, they're okay with it because I'm like, no, I just want to be friends.
They'll be like, we're just friends.
Yeah.
And then they get
really
weird.
mad and weird and obsessive and
passive aggressive.
Lose their shit.
Yeah, for real. She gets some really
their shit.
Passive aggressive.
It's so frustrating because, you know, I was like, you're my friend. Okay, sure, we're friends. And I'm telling you, it's like most of the time men want to be more and they are willing to be more. And I separate it. Like, you're my friend, right?
If you're my friend, you're my friend.
You're my friend. That's right. And I think sometimes they hope something's going to happen.
I think that like the only time that there's an exception to this rule is when it's people that you've known, maybe that you grew up with, or a friend base that you went to college with or high school with.
Even so, Jen.
Family friends.
Even
really?
So, yeah.
I've had okay.
Yeah, I mean,
and being friends with ex-boyfriends are weird.
The only exception, I mean, like I said, maybe 10% of them are okay. But other than that, family. I mean, like if it's your brother.
Yeah.
You my cousins, Jen. Oh,
ew,
okay.
Jen.
I'm not,
oh my God. Why? Like blood cousins?
No, well, no, I'm adopted.
But still.
They were supposed to be my cousins.
Oh, Jen, that's so
no.
funky.
So,
That is so
I know
gross.
it's so weird. It's very unsettling, Jen.
No,
really, and it's
so
really
gross.
tricky because like if they're my friend, they're my friend. You know that, and that's how I see it. And like you were saying, what gets really tricky is when that person has a wife or a girlfriend, and every time the girlfriend or wife absolutely hates me with a passion, like you can't be friends with her. I'm always like, no, I'm not the one you have to worry about. It's the other woman that they're gonna. You don't have to worry about me.
Disclaimer: anyone watching this, Jen really is not interested in your man. For real. She could care less.
If they're my friends, I'm not interested in them. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like you're very clear with your boundaries when you meet people and talk to people. You're very clear with your boundaries. And like
I am.
That you'll be like, I'm just looking for friends. You say it you say it off the bat.
I've learned that because you know, you have to, like, I realize I have to be at this point. It's like you have to be. And I think it's better that you are, because I've had some situations where it is like those those lines start to get blurred, and you have like a male friends that start giving me they would give me gifts, and I'd be like, wait, what is
yeah,
this?
that gets
and I'm
weird.
like, no, I can't take that. And they're like, no, I want you to have
that
this.
gets
And I'm like,
weird.
but I can't take it. No. And I said, but you're just my friend. No, I'm giving it to you as my friend. And then sometimes I used to take it like, thanks. And then later on, like, but I gave you this and that. I'm like,
yep.
You said I was your friend.
That's pretty fucked up.
Anyway,
I'm trying not to.
And it's maybe that was naive in the past to think that, oh, they're just being nice. But I take people for their word if they're my friend, and hope they're not playing games with me. But yeah. But
yeah, there's always, and sometimes there's just like a tone, like, hey, naughty girl, like there's like a tone.
You know, another thing I noticed, Jen, this is sad. My married friends, male friends, are worse than my single male friends in pursuing me.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
I don't necessarily get the pursuing, but I get the weird Instagram.
Oh no, yeah, that too.
Like the weird Instagram
too.
Where they'll literally post something of their like anniversary, and like 5 minutes later it will be a suggestive message, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Or those guys on Instagram that are like, hey, and they're sending all these, trying to send you sexy messages, and you look on their page and they have a wife and kids and they're posing with them, like, oh jeez. And
and it doesn't matter if they're like a Republican or a Democrat, they're just sleazy, both sided.
Of course. It's
Nothing
all over.
Sometimes I think, and I've said this before, and it's gonna sound really messed up, that liberal men are worse. But I mean, and I don't, well, in some ways.
No.
I'm not conservative.
I think that I'm not going to say, I don't want to stereotype, but typically on the right side, a lot of times you have misogynists.
But they hide behind what they think is feminism, and then they like think that it's like sex positive. They'll like use words like that. and then I was just being sex positive when I sent you a really gross message. Yeah. Yeah. Sex positive.
Well, I see it as sex negative.
Yeah.
So keep your positivity
and this tends
to
be the really liberal ones. But you know what? I'm really liberal, so I don't know, like,
I've never had
casting a shadow
ever,
that the other is great, because they're not either.
I've never had a man tell me that was sex positive.
We had grandma. Oh my God. She would like have movie night, and there were some real freaks coming over in the 80s, and they would just get drunk, and I don't know what they'd be doing, and you'd hear, and they'd be laughing, and then you'd hear them say, no, not that. They would be cursing, and, you know, everything that you're told you're not supposed to do as a child, you would just hear like cackling downstairs, and I'd be like, I want to go hang out with them, and then you'd go in, like, there would be like, I don't know, Dangerous Liaisons, or
Dangerous Liaisons.
I was running around when I was a kid going, I want to watch Dangerous Lasagna. Why can't I watch Dangerous Lasagna with you guys?
Was Dangerous Liaisons that bad?
Not really, but it had some.
I watched much worse than
Amadeus.
No, much worse.
Basic Instinct.
Yeah,
what?
Basic Instinct.
I mean, the 80s. I feel like
Skinamax. Remember Skinamax?
Oh God! And it was still like, is it still Cinemaxing? Like,
I don't know. Now it's HBO Max. No, it's just Max now.
HBO
it's
After
Max.
Hours.
HBO After. No, but yeah.
Remember Cat House?
No, what was that? I didn't see that.
Oh my God. Am I the only person that's ever watched Cat House on HBO? Like,
no, I've never seen
15. Russ? Oh my God. Okay, so it was about a brothel in Pahrump.
Hopefully she hasn't.
It was about a brothel in Pahrump, Nevada. And they would, some patrons that would come in would get free services if they would be on film. And that was on HBO Max. I mean, HBO. HBO After Hours.
I never saw HBO After Hours. But I remember the Cinemax late night. Yeah. Like in the summer when I was like 13, it would be on, and I would just be like, I'd watch. Not that I wasn't that excited, but I'd see it because it was like, whoa, what is this? But you know,
there would be, you know,
it wasn't
our guy friends that would be trying to get the static out of the TV to watch certain channels while changing the channels.
Playboy channel. Remember that? They had the Playboy channel.
No, go in the other room. I'm just kidding.
No, she's got a cat on her. She can't.
We
go in
can't
the room.
move Ye Holy One.
No, we can't do that. No, so
we can't
yeah.
move the Ye Holy One.
I grew up really fast. I feel I grew up fast. My mom was raising me, my brother, so I had a lot of responsibilities and grew up very fast. So I was all about. I mean, I was introduced to a lot of things at a very young age, and it was all fine. I mean, I turned out fine. It just depends. It depends on the person.
I think for me it was Madonna's book that came out in the 90s. I mean, we all know of the book. Dare? No, it was a metal book.
Oh yeah.
And it was a certain kind of book, and it came out, and my parents would leave, and I'd be like, bye. And then the minute they left, I'd look in the driveway, make sure they're gone, and I'd go in my mom's closet and pull out the metal Madonna sex book. And I would look through it and be like, what the hell is this? And I'm not going to go into detail right now, but I mean, you can see all of those photos online, basically.
Yeah.
That was like my, whoa, what is this? Or the book, Where Did I Come From?
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Yeah. My friend, her parents had an intense porn collection in their closet. I mean, a library, Jen, of VHS porn tapes all in their closet. And they would go out or something and be like, let's go in their closet and look. And we go in the closet and, oh my gosh. And she would tell me in detail how they used them, because she walked in on them one time. And we would take it out to the living room and laugh our asses off at what her parents were watching. And we would watch them. And they had no idea. It was wild. Just a series of her face in this series of her face. Oh, honey, I know.
Oh God,
I know.
I'm so sorry.
So at the time,
I
was 16 at the time, so it wasn't like I was a little kid.
It's like, yeah, you just.
I was 16.
Yeah, my friend's dad would have you'd find your parents' hidden stashes, and you'd be like, what is this? We had nothing to indicate what things were anyways. We couldn't figure out. We had no resources. There were no encyclopedias that were going to tell us.
There is something you could have which would help you a lot. Do you know what that is?
No, but I'm afraid you're going to tell me.
Yes, it's the new Encyclopedia Britannica.
Encyclopedia Britannica. Now you tell me. I've got a report due tomorrow.
I have encyclopedias, but not on that.
I mean, a lot of people's moms had very large back massage, literally Hitachi wands on steroids.
They'd use them on their back too. Don't worry.
Yeah.
God. Sharper image. Did
Would
you love
go
going
in there?
Yes.
Yeah, go in there.
As a kid, I loved going in there.
Which I should say is the San Francisco mail order house. They've been in business 7 years. They do $100 million worth of business.
And you see all the new stuff and the little gadgets?
You sit on the massage chair and be like, oh, yeah.
Oh
they had so much cool stuff. You could test everything. And I mean, you could really test stuff without people bugging you.
It'd be like, imagine guys that have never experienced that going. Well, they had those Amazon stores with all these gadgets and everything. You could just go and look at it and test it.
Yeah, it was so fun. It was so fun. And then there was what else? Contempo Casuals, which was
yeah,
and Wet Seal.
I used to go there. Wet Seal.
Cachet. My mom would go to Cachet.
Oh, my mom did too.
The rhinestone shoulder pads. Big shoulder pad. Yeah. And crazy bracelets.
Yes, Cachet. You know what's that one that's still around?
Oh my God, I'm sure that was popping in
Florida.
Miami. Hardcore.
Florida, that's when we went. We went in Florida, and she would go in Cachet and get her little outfits, and yeah. Oh gosh, there's so many stores. I think back on it. It's
so many stores.
When malls were so popular.
There was Hello Kitty, so anything that had Sanrio, I'd run into. I would smell the erasers. I wouldn't even use it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still, yeah.
Yes,
we were the pioneers of it.
Oh my gosh, you did that too, the smelling of the erasers?
I would smell the erasers, and worse, Jen, I would buy a eraser that I would use, and then I would keep the other ones in plastic.
Yeah,
and never open them.
Yeah, I would collect them.
Would you open your little box and get excited?
And I would smell them. I was obsessed with. I got made fun of for smelling erasers, so I love it that you did it too.
I was so into it.
Yes,
they smelled so good. There'd be strawberry and mango, and
my
favorite was banana. eraser.
Oh, banana.
Literally.
I liked pineapple, actually.
Oh, I like pineapple.
You like it pineapple too?
I like pineapple
Yeah, I
too.
like the pineapple. But I love the smelling. I love that stuff. I was obsessed with that stuff. That's funny. You did the same thing. Oh, where did where did we end up? It's like we
It's
went.
called ADD, my friends, and we have it.
I don't have
Sorry.
ADD. That's
I
what's
mean, I
funny.
don't know. It's my
I
ADD.
really don't.
My
I can
ADD pulls
focus.
you over.
I think,
and it's like, come on, let's get sporadic.
I did that on my last podcast with my last partner too a lot.
Yeah, but people want us to be. You should be doing a broadcast and speaking about the churches
Today on the
across
news.
America.
Today on the news.
Today on the news.
In Saudi Arabia. Well, there's a cat outside. There's another cat
that
outside.
was like the antithesis of ADD right there.
But how exciting is that to watch?
Oh my god, it's the black cat.
There's a black cat outside. So,
Jenn has a window here, and it's like she's Snow White, and all the little animals come to visit, and she feeds them, and there is a lot of. You guys should just get like a trail cam and put it there just to see what footage
true.
you get, and
That
make a
cat,
freaking page for
Noah,
it.
that cat won't have anything to do with you. Is scared to death. I know.
Just
it's
make
not
sure
like
Raven does not get out.
Yeah,
She's
Raven
yay
can't
holy.
But Jen, now let's dive down deep. I don't know how deep this
A
is.
little burp.
And talk about dirty
Sorry.
little secrets. Ooh, let's get some
Yes, dirty secrets. Okay, we've
dirty
got dirty secrets. We've got dirty secrets.
Oh gosh, no, we're not going too deep with this one. We can't tell everything that, especially if it pertains to other people.
Oh yeah, no, our dirty secrets are kind
just
of
like
dirty,
things
like
that
actually
you-
like dirt messy.
Yeah. Things that side of yourself that just bothers you.
Yeah,
Something that bothers you about something that you know needs attention, and you just kind of
you just dismiss it, and we all have
dismiss
it.
it.
Whether
Everybody
it's like
has
a
it.
weird sock that you leave in your car that you've seen in your car for like 10 months, or.
hmm.
But Jenn, what's yours?
So
Or what's one
one
of
thing
them?
one thing that comes to mind for me is so I live in a house, an old house, and the closets in this house are ridiculous. They're so tiny, and my closet looks like literally a disaster zone. Like everything else will be clean, and then my closet and under my bed, because I have nowhere to store my shoes.
Oh yeah,
so I
this
put them
made
under
me
the
feel
bed.
so good when you told me this, because I was
Why?
like, thank God she has one, because
Oh,
I feel
Jen,
like
Jen,
yeah.
yes. But it's just like storage areas are shit in this
But
house.
sometimes it's
and it's
so easy
bad.
to just
It's really
compile
bad.
everything into one zone,
It is,
and especially stack it high if there's no other space to put it. That's that is why my problem is so bad. I have the room. I have two rooms. The room and the bedroom that I abandoned during COVID. So we have the room I abandoned, which is all thrift store junk. I think you've been acquainted with the thrift store junk as well.
Oh yeah, I know.
And random finds and random games and random clothes that I bought off Amazon with my stimulus checks. So there was getting to be piles of weird stuff, and
wow.
it's still like that. And then my room, it's disgusting, right, Nola? Oh yeah, it's the worst, you guys. And I've been like procrastinating on it and right now I'm not necessarily working so much that I can't clean. I have no excuse. There's no excuses. So that's one of my dirty little secrets.
You'll feel so good after you do it too.
My dirty
when
little
you just
secrets are
tackle
quite
it.
literally dirty. I have
Dirty.
a car,
They're dirty.
I have two cars. One car we don't use. It's this old Ford Explorer, and I actually use it as storage.
Oh no.
Do the sky. It's like
Okay.
there's paintings in there.
Yeah, that needs
There,
to be
yeah, it's
addressed.
really
I know.
bad.
I know
It's
someone
really
else. I know
bad.
someone else who did that.
Yeah, I think they helped me do that.
They influenced you.
They
do
influenced.
it?
Well, I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of, for sure. There's some
Yeah.
stuff from that person in there too.
Oh boy. Oh, Jen.
I have
Yeah.
not gone in there. I just haven't.
Wow.
So we all have our dirty little
We
secrets.
do, and it's like it. I mean, everybody has things like that.
Whether
I mean,
it's
it could
just
be
like, even
worse,
if
it
you're
could be
like
worse.
absolutely, Jen's like absolutely immaculate, like she's very
I'm
clean.
not immaculate.
But you're like,
No, I'm not.
but you're nice and tidy.
No, you know what it is? I used to be a pig.
Okay,
Let's just
well,
face
I
it.
am a pig.
I used to be. No, I was.
I am in my
can
mad
ask
pig
anybody
phase.
I
If you saw
know.
my room, if like I had a seizure and died, they would have to go in my room, and I'd be so embarrassed. Even in the
Wow,
afterworld,
really?
in the afterworld, I'd be like,
your ghost would be shouting, no!
oh God, what the hell?
No!
Oh shit. My friend Mira, her
funny.
mom literally said to her, literally, she was one of those moms, and you always heard the rumor, please make sure you're always wearing underwear in case you get taken away in an ambulance.
Oh yeah, that's such an old phrase.
What
isn't
is
it?
that?
Like
what
clean
is
underwear?
that clean underwear?
Yes.
Who's in case they cut you out of your underwear for some reason?
In case something happens, or you have like a car accident and you have on clean underwear, everyone.
Yeah, that must have been
or
80s and 90s facade of parenting.
Jenn, no underwear. Even better.
No underwear.
Give him a nice surprise.
Yeah. I can't have my daughter come off as the type that has no underwear on.
Oh, not
or
kids.
A skid mark.
Not kids.
Or
Let's
a skid mark.
Kids wear underwear. Nola wear underwear. All the kids should be wearing
Nola
underwear.
wears underwear.
Good. But, nice little surprise there. But, no, listen, I used to be really, really messy. And I have been mindful.
It makes me feel better.
But it really, I've had to work on it, Jenn. And I've worked on so much with myself. I'm telling you.
Well, before I made it an excuse that I was working 40 hours a week, but now I don't have, I mean, if you're working 10 hours a week, that doesn't give you the leeway to be a slob. So that's my mission. I did a little bit of it today.
Okay, I was going to talk about it today. What are you working on?
Oh, Jenn, and you know this, there's another dirty little secret, but it's not that dirty if you know me. I'm always late.
I feel like everybody in LA has that dirty little secret.
Okay.
Everyone in LA, I'm not.
Because everything's
if I'm late,
20 minutes away.
If I'm late, there's a real reason for me being late.
Yeah.
So I like to be early.
She's on time for sure.
Always on time.
I'm always a good 30 minutes late.
If there's been times I've been late and I feel bad because it's because I'm genuinely late for a real reason, not because. Excuse me, sorry. Not because I'm just a late person.
Are you burping?
I'm burping. That's my other dirty little secret.
We just are we're burpers.
We're
burpers
coffee,
and we drop F-bombs.
Sometimes at the same time.
We haven't dropped that many this time, so we're getting more.
Oh yeah, we were gonna do. We got to still do that. We're gonna do the consequence wheel or whatever.
The wheel of consequence.
The F word.
Oh yeah,
the F word.
We didn't drop any. I don't think we dropped a single F word.
We did.
We did. Oh my god.
Oh no. Sorry guys.
3 or 4.
Do you know that?
Wow.
It must be bad. We must have a problem if we don't even know we did it.
And if other people notice, then that's really a
you know
problem.
what?
Oh my god, if we could go through every pod that we've done so far and can count the amount of F-bombs, that would be really funny.
And then
just
we'll have
a clip of every F.
Each episode is gonna have a little thing on the bottom every time.
A tally.
It flips over every time. Like we say the F word and
then counter.
Yeah, the little counter thing. That would be hilarious. Oh, Jenn, I don't even see it as a problem. It doesn't bother me. If it did, I would work on changing that.
I feel though like people that curse are more sincere. I don't know. I feel people that
I don't know. Some people.
I have a soft spot for people that curse. Yeah, I guess
you're
right.
Some people are just shady that curse. So
when it's
I don't know
somebody
about
in the middle of a text is like, well, my fucking boots are too tight.
But it's true. A lot of people that are, oh no, I can't curse. It's horrible. A lot of those people are a little uptight and they're hiding a lot.
Oh yeah, my mom will totally do that. And 10 minutes later, she'll be in another room and go, what the fuck did you say to my dad? And you'll just be like,
those are the people, if you go to their closets, all the bones come out. You know what I'm talking about. Skeletor.
Fools, do I have to do everything for you? You fool, they've lured us away to take the prince. Dolts, half-wits.
We also have a new name. It's called Skeletor. Nobody will know what we're talking about.
Skeletor. It's a code word.
Skeletor.
Skeletor. No one knows what we're talking about, but we do.
No, you don't know.
In the person that may be watching this to wonder if they're a Skeletor. Yes, you are a Skeletor.
You might just be. Oh, I think we know a couple Skeletors. One that's like a
Do we?
modest, like like an easy Skeletor that everyone can
Oh, I
notice.
know what you're talking
And then
about.
we have another Skeletor that just like you go in their closet and the bones come a rattling and falling out.
Yes.
And there's so many bones in there that you don't even know how many
bones.
skeletons are in that fucking closet.
Lots of that. There's dirty little secrets, are not just little.
Dirty, big secrets.
Dirty, big ass secrets.
Dirty, like life-changing
like
secrets.
Giant skeletons.
Giant.
The size of dinosaurs.
Giant homoerotic ones.
Oh boy, Jen. Oh boy. Okay, so so you're working on, so right now you're working on that. You're working on, you want to.
My room is my main thing to work on right now.
Okay.
There's another skeleton,
See,
but I can't like say my skeleton because it's really big. But you know about it. It's like
no, but I feel like we as beings and
no,
on a, if you're at all
about.
on a spiritual path, we should always have something that we are focusing on and working on. If you try to tackle too much at once, it can be overwhelming. So there's that, you always work on like one thing at a time. I mean, spiritually though, you could work on a lot of things, but as far as like something about yourself that you feel, okay, I got to tackle this. I have an awareness of this thing that needs to be changed.
Can I ask you a question? I want to know, are you a list writer? Do you handwrite lists?
But I don't.
Okay.
I mean,
but
only
like
when
when you
doing
have to
something
do
like
errands
this.
or something like numerous things, do you write
No.
lists? Okay, I can only function and get shit done. Like today, I did it. I did a list and I erase it every time I do one thing. So
that works for some people. Yeah.
It's the only way. It's the only way.
Some people are good with that. I don't know. I don't do. Even if I go to the store and I know I need certain things, do you think I write a list? Usually not. And then sometimes I forget things. I don't know why.
I am a list writer. Yeah, I can't. And I don't
but journal, yes.
Journaling, I think is so good. Like I don't do that and I
Gratitude
almost envy
list? Yes.
That's really good. See, I'm envious that you do that.
No, I mean, you can do it too.
As
it's pretty easy.
I'm
envious.
Envious.
So envious.
Envious. Nola, can you go gravy?
I can burp on cue, Jen.
Do it.
Do you want?
Oh my God.
There you go. Sorry. I know people are probably so grossed out right now. It's on my resume. It's actually on my acting resume. Burp on cue.
Well,
I'm
that
not
actually would make sense.
Yeah, burp on cue.
Can you cry on cue?
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
hard.
I could do it right now if you want
Jen,
me to.
that's so
it's not
hard.
No,
without a stick. Like I know there's like a little stick that you can
do a stick.
A wand that.
No, Jen, I'm an actress. I've taken many acting courses.
I love that you can do. How do you do it? Do you have to like transcend into a really sad moment?
I could do it right now.
Oh my God.
I don't want to freak everybody out.
I think it's going to freak everyone out. Freak us out. Come on, please. It's so cool. Please.
No, it freaks my son out.
She's getting watery eyes. She's getting watery eyes.
No, I can do it just like that. I can, guys.
She's getting freaking.
I don't want to ruin my makeup. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
But
Jen can cry on cue.
Oh, jeez. That's not that unusual, though, for actors.
I think it's so hard for me to do.
Yeah. You could do it, though, if you focus on it.
Oh my God, your eyes were welling up and almost dropped water.
I was like, oh shit,
my
eyelashes are gonna come off.
It's so crazy to me. Like that's so.
Really?
I mean, I think that's so amazing. I really do.
I don't know. I'm sure you have skills that I couldn't do. So
I don't know why is that so funny.
Why is that so funny? I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know. So okay, so I want to tell you the thing I'm working on. Not crying. No, patience. Patience is a big problem for me, Jen. I'm very patient with certain things. Like I think I told you about this. I'm very patient with children and animals. But beyond that, like human beings that are so frustrating right now, I lose patience sometimes. I want them to be better sometimes, or situations. I really am impatient a lot in certain situations. So that is a big thing I'm working on. I've been working on it for a while because it's a thing for me. I get very impatient. Like I said, not with everything. Actually, I've gotten better. I used to be worse.
There's like elder hour at my house, and so I get.
That's hard.
It's not easy, and I know it sounds really screwed. I mean, I'm sure they have the same misery towards me as well, but it gets harder when your parents get older and like need, like, you know, one in particular that needs round the clock care because you want to be a patient person, you want so badly. And there'll be great moments and good days, but there'll be days where it's like, I can't just leave the house. It's always something. There is always something that goes on. So I too, I think I need to work on patience.
You need to work on patience. That's a big one to tackle. And I feel
waiting for like a test result. Oh, no.
I feel like the more you need to work on something, guys, this is the truth. The more it will appear in your life as a test because it's pushing you to work on that thing. So if you have a weakness or an issue, you will encounter things that will test that. So for me, it'll be like, I'm so impatient that things will come into my life to try to teach me patience. So work on it. Work on those things. If you really want to clear it out of your life and it not be a problem anymore, it's gonna get worse if you don't work on it. It'll escalate so much.
I feel like these things get worse with age, and if you don't work on it when you kind of realize it's a problem, it's going to become an inherited, a trait that everyone knows you for.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how very few people are aware. The awareness of it, like really doing the work, and I call it, I've talked about this before on a spiritual aspect, shadow work.
Yeah.
And shadow work is recognizing your demons, recognizing your faults, recognizing your issues, recognizing what you need to work on, and bringing light to certain things and doing the steps to work on it. And I am going to actually start a whole spiritual thing, and I'm going to go into that and help people figure out how to do that too, because I think a lot of times people what do I do?
How do I open to learn about it now through Instagram? I'm not joking. TikTok's on its way out, but I think I watch when I see anything spiritual stuff. I always tune into it. It catches you. And I think that would be a good thing to the shadow work.
To help people, like, because people are like, okay, I recognize it. The awareness is the most important thing. I recognize it. Now what? How do I work on it? And so there are things you could do, but I'm going to go, that's all in the other channel. But this is.
And Jen's going to be popping up more hints of this type of work on her Instagram page. So you've been doing it. She's been doing it a lot lately. And I think it's like all valuable stuff to like learn.
It is. I just, sharing your journey, sharing what you know, what you've learned, and a lot has happened since, like, I'd say 2020 was just this pivotal time for me, and just so much has happened, and I've just completely awakened on a spiritual journey. Anyway, enough about that, because that's a whole it's a whole different thing.
Whole other show.
But one thing I want to just say about really quickly, God, my chair is farting like crazy.
I think mine's not farting as much because I'm leaning forward.
Because I'm moving around like a little worm.
But when I lean back into it, that's why I came to the edge. Because when I lean into the back and I get comfortable, it gets farty sounding.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I'm like going. One way, Jen, to really, it's kind of like a release for all of your inner demons and everything, is art.
Yeah, for sure.
Like letting out all of this through art. Art is such a good expression.
There's so many ways to do art. There's so many ways.
There is.
I feel like even if you're just doing a little Instagram page with whatever, like joke skits, anything that's like.
Oh no, there's different. Yeah,
there's so much art.
Oh yeah, of course. It's not just painting. That's one form. There's just drawing. There's music. All kinds of forms of music and expression and acting and creating. Hi, do you want to come say hi?
Welcome to the ADD hour.
Hi, it's my little buddy. How are you?
I don't know who that kid is. Where did it come from?
Are you okay?
Nola, do your Texas accent.
You're not traumatized.
Please do your Texas accent.
You want to do your Texas accent right here?
Come on, real quick.
Go ahead. It's your chance.
Do it.
Hi there, would you like to learn about Jesus Christ?
Oh my gosh!
That girl That was hilarious. I liked it. I liked it a lot.
That was amazing.
Wow. So where did you learn how to do this? Yourself. She just came
It
up
just
with it.
fell out of the sky. This little
Wow.
Texas man that she does.
That's amazing.
Why do we mention Texas? I have been on a real talking about Texas moment today.
Really?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, like my boots or something.
Your boobs. No, your boots. Your boobs. Your boots.
Woo! Fa la 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 la.
Yeah. You know, a lot of Californians actually have moved to Texas.
The mass exodus to Texas.
But
because it's not affordable here.
It's not affordable, and yeah,
and the weather is pretty okay in Texas, aside from the tornadoes.
I can't imagine moving to Texas. It's not for me, but I've never lived there. I've been there, but never lived there. But I just can't imagine. I lived in the South though.
She lived in Florida.
Well, yeah, but not that part of. I mean,
oh wait, what part of the South?
Oh no,
did you live in?
I was in Kentucky.
Oh,
Louisville, Kentucky.
What goes on over there?
Okay,
I'm really curious. It's
no,
like
it's
the one
really
I have not
beautiful
been
city.
to Kentucky, and I've always been curious.
It's a really beautiful city, Louisville, Kentucky. There is a lot of racism there. At least there was when I was growing up. In the school I was going to, there was a lot of racism. What are you eating? Oh, cotton candy. She's eating cotton candy.
Okay, bye, friend.
Oh, she's digging it now.
Go babysit the cat.
Oh yeah,
I love you.
Raymond.
Howdy. Okay, so Kentucky still has active racism.
Well, no, this
No, I
is
feel
when I was
like
growing
but then
up.
it was probably
It's
like
the South, Jen.
I know. I mean, when I lived in the
It's the
South, it
South.
was still like
Because you lived in Louisiana.
I lived in Louisiana, and then I was going to Alabama a lot. I don't even want to mention some of the
I've
things
been
that I
down there.
encountered there that I'm just like, oh my God.
I've been down in that area too.
There is disturbing, but there's also I something that I noticed that isn't here. Neighbors are more helpful with each other. People, I
In
mean,
the South?
yeah, they're more like
Yeah.
they're more a little more nosy.
That part is not good.
Yeah, but they will also, like, if you have a problem or something going on, they will come straight up and help you. Like, they'll be there in a pinch. So I did notice that. I was like,
Yeah.
there's racism, but then people are getting along with their neighbors.
As
Like,
long as you're white.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Well, I lived in New Orleans, so it's a little like I feel like
Okay.
it's more like a little more liberal
I'm
there.
kind of joking, but
Oh.
but no, I mean that's real. There are pockets of LA, everybody, in case you don't know this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? Pockets of you think LA is all like all liberal and
Yeah.
hip, and typically a lot of it is, yes. But there are pockets in Los Angeles that are very conservative.
There's a place called Santa Clarita that I had never
Yes.
been to.
Santa
I mean,
Clarita.
I had
took you
literally
there.
never been there
I
until
lived
a
there.
few months ago, and Jen was
Yes.
like almost showing me a tour of it, and she was like, "This is Santa Clarita.
This is Santa
This is where they dump
Clarita.
off all the bodies." And no, it's just I've never been there. There's
You
so
weren't
many
even
enclaves.
Jen, you weren't even deep in Santa Clarita.
I
You were on the
know, I know, I
outskirts
know.
of Santa Clarita. I was driving down like the around.
It's I'm fascinated with the Santa Clarita stories.
It's very conservative and white, and which if you're into that, great. It is a little Texas-y there.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. For sure. I mean, I lived there. I lived there for a long time.
It used to be affordable, but I think the prices went up, huh?
Yeah. So there's Santa Clarita.
It used to be kind of affordable a few years ago, but now it's just,
It used to be, and yeah, you're right. The prices have gone up, and because so many people have moved there.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they're like, oh, okay, it's somewhat close to LA, although it's kind of out of the way. And then so you could be close, and then it could be affordable. You
where
know?
else in California or actually in like Los Angeles County, Beverly Hills, you're just going to get profiled. So if you're driving in a shitty car, if you're driving around sightseeing in a shitty car, you are going to get weird looks. That is for sure. That's
Has that happened? Not to you. I've never noticed that. But I mean, I've never driven a shitty car in Beverly Hills.
we lived in Hancock Park, but we didn't we were like near Beverly Hills,
Right.
and so every neighbor, if there was anything, even now, like even in Encino, people will be like, "There's a car. It's been parked on the street for 6 days.
If
and
you
there's a
have the
shoe
Ring,
in it."
if you have the Ring app, You see stuff like that all the
you
time.
get a lot of NIMBY, not in my backyard type people. Like you really do. They come and then they bring their political. Oh God, we're in election year.
Oh,
It's gonna
Simi
be so
Valley
bad.
too is kind of conservative too.
Oh yeah,
It's
Simi
also
Valley is conservative as fuck.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's a little different than San, and you have Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley. You have that whole area over there, which is a little more conservative. You gonna say bye? We're gonna go. Oh, you got that. That's the best thing in the world. A head massager. Woo, that's so good. You like it? Oh gosh, I hit a nerve. Okay, well, we're gonna wrap it up, I guess.
Okay,
guys.
bye guys. We'll see you.
It was good to see you guys, or hear you, whatever. You hear us.
It was good to see you.
Goodbye.
Come again.